Kingdom people, they are mad because you chose God. See, you have some people who you were once in relationships with, friendships with, whatever kind of ships with. Those ships have sailed, by the way. And here's the thing, they may have been able to manipulate you to some extent. They may have been able to get certain things from you. But for the most part, they were able to feed off of your energy. And so, specifically in relationships, should I say romantic relationships, obviously in romantic relationships, there's more to be gained. And you all know what I mean. In a relationship, romantically, see, that's supposed to be a love thing. It's supposed to be a give and take. And what happens is when you're dealing with a narcissist, what happens is they become takers. And I say become because they may have at one point given. But as we know, and if you don't know, I'm telling you, narcissists will do a little bit. They'll give you something, but it's all about gaining so much more from you, pulling so much more from you. And so what happens is you start to realize that you feel like they're taking so much from you. If it's not financially, for some people it is. But for many, it's just from your very being. And you feel that. You feel drained dealing with them. You don't feel so great. They don't feel good to you anymore. Of course, in the beginning, things were good. What relationship don't start off good? You got to put your best foot forward. Sometimes it do start off bad. But for the most part, relationships tend to start off good, seemingly good. But sometimes, a lot of times, it's good. And then you start to see these red flags. You probably seen some in the beginning, but you just look past them because you know everybody got something. That's what you tell yourself. But now you know not to look past those red flags because you've been through enough to now know how serious those red flags are. And those are not just issues to overlook. We are coming to the understanding and the awareness that a lot of what you see and what you look past are actually demons. We have learned and we're learning that these are demonic entities that we are dealing with or that we have dealt with. Because many of you have gotten away from these people that are mad at you because you chose God. And so here's the thing. Back to that. They are mad at you because you chose God because they can't manipulate you like they used to. They can't get from you what they were getting from you at one point because you chose God. Now, here's the thing. Some of you may have always been someone who was with God, or for the most part, since they have known you, whoever that person was or people were, that you were in whatever ships you were in with them. The thing is, since you've gotten away from them, since you've removed yourself from them because you've seen the games, you started seeing what was going on, you started realizing, they were something different than what you thought they were or what they seemed to originally be. You got out of that. And when you got out of that, and it may have been hard, it may have been tough. And sometimes even when you get out of it, that takes time. You're getting out of it, but you're still dealing with them until you get to the point you just can't do no more. You realize how bad they are for you. And they show themselves to the point you realize really what you're dealing with. You begin to realize you're dealing with somebody that really wants to hurt you and destroy you. And they not letting up. It's a game for them, a demonic game. And you realize that. And so as long as you were where you were, they were able to kind of affect you a little bit. But again, you got away. You was working your way out, however that went for you. And you started to heal. You began to heal. You began to heal your nervous system, because your nervous system be jacked up after you deal with them, because you were dealing with them, because you're dealing with a demonic entity that's there to destroy you. And so when you get away from them, at first they think, oh, you'll be back. They think they could just do whatever and just pull you back in. They think they got you like that. And maybe at first they did. But what happens again, you recognize things for what they are. You choose to do what's best for you and remove yourself from this person, understanding and knowing, no, they are a big old no. They are trying to destroy me. They are kind of, So you go on with your life, about your life, and either you start walking with God or you start walking with God on another level. So when you do that, you transform, you level up, you elevate. You're no longer who you once were. You don't look the same to them. You aren't the same. You've transformed. You're not that same lady or man that you were dealing with, that they were dealing with then when they were dealing with you. You're not that person anymore. And everything, a lot of it has to do with, all of it has to do with the fact that you chose God. Of course you chose you, but in choosing you, you chose God. See, had you just chose you, they felt like they could penetrate that and mess around with that and still manipulate it and have their way. But because you chose God and they can't manipulate God, and they tried at first, they weren't trying to manipulate God, but they was trying to still, penetrate you, even though you had leveled up with God, even though you was transforming. They still tried it, but they came to the realization that it's nothing they could do with you when you with God at this level, because again, you probably were walking with God to some extent already, but you've leveled up, and you gain some wisdom and understanding. You know who they are and what they are. You love you more. Let me say this. They know you know who they are and what they are. You love yourself, I'm going to say, more. You loving yourself more. Again, you're choosing you, but you chose God even above that, above you. And so they're realizing there's nothing they can do with that. And they are mad at you because you chose God. Because again, they can't penetrate. They can't get to you unless they go through God. They have to go through God to get to you. And God not getting ready to let them get to you to try to destroy you. God, if anything, is knocking them off their rocker. See, what's happening is they over there in hell. And I do mean hell on earth. It's not looking good for them. It's not good for them. Ever since you been gone, it's gone bad. Down, 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 down. Even if they had new supply. They not you. You are the light. You were the best supply they will ever have. And they will never find another like you. They don't deserve another like you. They went around. They been around the world. And they can't find another like you. And again, they don't deserve another like you. They don't deserve the light. They don't deserve somebody that's good, somebody that's trying to love them. And many of them prayed for you as God when they had a somewhat of a God conscious. God, send me somebody who will help me. Send me somebody who will love me. And God sent you. And they tried to play around with you, mishandle you. They tried to abuse you, but tried to. Because some of y'all wasn't going for it. Even though you saw what was going on, you moved around all that abuse. You saw they was trying to abuse you, but you was like, nah, but some of you got abused. But either way, it's all the same, because the fact you're trying to, that's your intention. It is what it is. But here's the thing. They can't even try that with you no more, because you chose God. They can't get through God to mess with you. There's nothing they can do with you, and God won't allow it. And again, if they don't go somewhere and sit their clown behind down somewhere, they think it's bad now. It's going to get even worse. So they know they can't mess with you. They not going to get you back. It's over. They know this. And because of that, they are mad because you chose God.